South Africa is hosting the G20 this weekend, we know. But before the presidents and prime ministers arrive, there are a number of summits taking place this week in the lead up to the G20 Leaders Summit in the weekend. Firstly, you've got the G20 Social Summit. This is where civil society, the youth, faith leaders, community groups will meet during the course of this week to push issues like inequality, social protection, access to basic services. And their final declaration will go into the G20 process itself at the weekend. Then you've got the B20 summit. This is the business track. CEOs, investors, policymakers, they will debate trade, investment, digital transformation, economic growth, and they will submit formal policy recommendations to the world leaders at the weekend. The third is the People Summit, which is taking place on Constitutional Hill. Now, this is not an official G20 event, but it's a civic counter space. They're having a counter summit. This is where activists, unions, and movements will gather to raise demands on justice, labor rights, inequality, and accountability. That is what is happening this week. But prior to this, for many weeks and months actually, there have been G20 working groups, ministerial meetings, and thematic forums that have been meeting. And the conclusion of these processes will all feed into the final moment, which is the G20 Leaders Summit on Saturday and Sunday, where the leaders will meet, make the final deliberations, and then come out with the declaration. So they say, it's not just about one meeting on the weekend. It's about a global policy change, or rather a global policy chain, which started at grassroots level and ended up at the highest political level. So that, I hope, should give you some insight